Hey, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to become rich. 7 secrets all self-made millionaires use. Hey, it's Ted McGrath, and right now I'm going to teach you how to become rich. 7 secrets that all self-made millionaires use. And I've got this awesome free gift for you right now on how to become rich. So you can grab it to get the deep dive training on this. All right, so let's jump in right now on the 7 secrets. First and foremost, I want you to think about mindset, because to become rich, we all know that it has to do with what's between your ears as the first step of how you think about yourself and how you think about money and how you think about possibility. So I want to start off with the first point being about dreams. Because one thing that all self-made millionaires, I believe, have in common is the fact that they dream. But they don't just dream, they dream and take action on that very dream. So think about something that you were recently watching, right? That maybe inspired you online, like a video. And you had this idea, and what did you do with the idea? Did you have the idea and all of a sudden go, oh, I'll get to that later, and later never comes? Or did you have the idea and did you, boom, put it into action right there? I'll give you an example. I was at a seminar for business people. Now I teach entrepreneurs all across the world how to make millions of dollars, serving people with their message and their products and their programs and helping humanity. And the cool thing is I was at a business seminar and I was learning about business. And I was in the front row and there's this guy on stage, and I wasn't expecting this opportunity to come across my plate at all because I was there for business. But there's this guy on stage and he's acting. He's like entertainment, and he's telling his life story, and he's doing a one-man play. And as he's doing this play, for 85 minutes straight, the whole audience is so glued in. It's the most exciting part about the entire seminar. It's the most entertaining, most engaging part about the entire seminar. And by the end, 1,000 people in the room rise to their feet. And I look at the guy next to me, I'm like, that's gonna be me. I'm gonna do that. Now, that was a dream, right? Popped up into my head. I wasn't thinking about that literally 5 minutes prior or 5 years prior. I probably hadn't thought about becoming an actor or doing anything related to that since I was 6 years old, doing magic shows for my parents. So that came into my mind. It was like a dream right there, and I took action on it immediately. I signed up for the guy's course. I learned storytelling, and I learned how to start constructing a play. Fast forward a couple months, I'm sitting in front of another guy who got referred to me because I was in action, and I'm sitting across the table from him. It took me months and months to get in contact with this guy and actually get him on the phone. I have a meeting with him at Chipotle. I'm sitting across the table from him, and he looks at me, he's like, why do you want to do a one-man play? And I go, have you ever had that experience where you're just called to do something? I'm called. He goes, all right, let's do this thing. And a few weeks later, I'm in London writing my one-man play and watching this guy tour his play all across London. What is the point here? The dream or the idea comes and you act. In the seminar room, the idea came, I acted. At the Chipotle meeting, the first time meeting this guy, I knew he was the right guy. I acted. You take action on the thing immediately, and all self-made millionaires know this thing. They do it inherently. It's just something that they do. They just know how to take action and make things happen. So the thing that I want you to think about right now is dream that bigger dream. When that dream comes in, yes, the dream may not be accomplished that second, because when you dream something, it takes some work to accomplish it. But when the dream comes in, you have to take the first step. You have to take the first action. And most people never do. So they're left with the dream, and then it just starts to fade and fade, and the longer they wait, and then the longer they wait, the further away it gets, and the further away it gets, they start to convince themselves that it's not their dream anymore, when the truth is it's probably buried deep down inside, and they may never live it. So entrepreneurs have the vision, have the dream, and they take action on that thing, particularly self-made millionaires and people who make millions. They do precisely that. The second thing I want to share with you right now is the time economy versus the value economy. So when you start to think about business, most people tend to think about time. I'm putting in this much time, I'm getting paid this much, this is my salary, this is my income. Even when I started in the insurance business at 21 years old, I sat on across the table from my mentor, and he's like, okay, so I want you to go out and make several $100,000 your first year. And he showed me how to make $200,000 plus in my first year in the business. My eyes lit up. I wasn't asking what my base was and what my salary was. All I saw was opportunity. So I was like, I want to do that. And I think that's another thing that all entrepreneurs and people who make millions have, is they see an opportunity and they go, why not? And that is where value comes from. It's what you see in the opportunity, not necessarily what the opportunity pays most people. See, most people look at it, they go, oh, time, well, what does it pay? I looked at it and saw something totally different in the career. Many people who I told I was getting into the insurance business, they're like, you're gonna do what? My family's like, you're gonna get in the insurance business? You got a college education, like you're gonna get in the insurance business? But I always saw it differently. I didn't care that insurance was looked upon as like something, oh, you're gonna be an insurance salesman. I saw dollar signs. I was like, there's opportunity there, man. I wanna make some money. And so going out and making millions because I just saw the opportunity, and I didn't even second guess it. When he said you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, I was like, okay, great. What do we need to do? So seeing things for the value that's potentially there for you versus the standard thing that other people see, which is just normalcy, which is just trade time for dollars. I'm gonna put in my time, this is what I'm gonna get paid, and this is what my life's gonna be. I saw something totally different. And even when I told people, here's the other thing with entrepreneurs, you tell somebody something, right? And they think a certain way, and they're mostly Debbie Downers, you know? They just are. Like, you tell them something and they don't think the way that you think. So even sharing your ideas sometimes with people who don't think at that level, there can be a little bit of resistance there because they think in the time economy of how much money is it going to be or how much time do I have to put in versus the value economy of like, if I make this decision, my business is going to explode. If I make this decision to work with this person, the value is 10x that. Most people just say, if I make this decision to hire somebody, and they look at it, they're like, they see the expense of hiring somebody. I see 10x. Like, what's the opportunity to 10x my business? So that's the difference between value and I just see time and price on something. Two totally different universes. Millionaires clearly see value because they take something that looks normal to other people and they 10x it, 100x it, because that's how they think. They're gonna maximize it's like the gas in the gas tank. They're gonna just suck all the gas out of the tank until it's freaking empty. And even when it's on empty, the entrepreneur and the millionaire is gonna run it to the freaking ground. And they're gonna get a new car. So that's how millionaires think, right? So the name of the game is think value, think opportunity, don't think time, don't think price. Okay? That's the second thing. The third thing I wanna share with you right now is serving millions of people. So I think every great entrepreneur in the world not only thinks about money, right? But they think about service and how they make an impact in the world. In fact, I believe that most entrepreneurs that I hang out with think about that first. Like, how do I make an impact in the world? How do I make a difference in the world? I was setting up on a charity today, and all of a sudden as I was setting it up, we were thinking about the name for the foundation. I was like, I want my name on there. I want to leave a legacy. I want to leave an impact to the world. I want people to know who I was. I want people to know that I left a mark on the world, that I made a difference. So thinking about serving and the impact to millions, even beyond your years here on this planet, entrepreneurs dream. They think about the impact even beyond their life. Millionaires think about that. Like, what's my legacy going to be? What kind of role model am I going to be to my kids? Millionaires think in that way. That's why they create on such a massive level, because they realize they're impacting on such a massive level. And they realize every little thing they do has a ripple effect. Every little thing has a ripple effect. So how do I magnify that thing? So serving millions is the thought process of how do I serve millions? So when you start to think about serving millions, your actions are different because you're thinking on a much bigger level. Today, you know what makes that possible? Videos like this. Today, it's never been more powerful to where you can serve humanity with a message with a single lens that's shooting at me right now. You're gonna reach the world. So really, like, thinking in millions is like the standard now. It's time to start thinking in billions. How do you reach billions of people across the globe? And it's simple. You pick up an iPhone and you communicate to people. But really, you gotta have something to say, you know? You gotta have a dream where you clearly see it and you see the path. And a lot of times people wonder, like, well, how do entrepreneurs do it? There must be so much risk, right? How do millionaires do it? There must be so much risk in the things that they do. Like, I don't know if I could put my life on the line every day like that. Entrepreneurs and millionaires look at it from the perspective of the greater risk is not doing it. That's the greater risk. The greater risk is not taking what looks like a risk to other people. That's just breathing air for an entrepreneur and a millionaire. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that thing. Yeah, not doing it would be like death to somebody who makes millions. They would feel like their soul is being crushed and dying inside because they can't reach for the thing that they want, and not being able to reach for the thing that they want would be soul crushing. So reaching millions is the standard. It's just normal. That's how they think, right? That's the mindset. It is all about reaching millions. In reaching millions, we will make millions, we will serve millions. So that's the third mindset, Pete, that I want to talk about right now. The fourth thing is about having those conversations. You know, in work, when I grew up, when I was in the insurance business, I had this little book that was called Crucial Conversations. I was 21 years old and I made 6 figures in that industry. And then I got promoted to management when I was 22 years old. So my mentor was like, hey, yeah, the company wants you to lead and I want you to lead and you did so great and you're one of the top producers, so we're gonna put you into management. I knew nothing about managing people. Zero, right? In fact, in my natural beingness of doing things, I'm not a manager at all. I'm a producer, like send me out, I'm like the racehorse, send me out to go get the deal, send me out to go paint the vision, but don't put me behind managing. But I was in this position of leadership, so you got to manage. So I read this book all about crucial conversations, like how do you have that crucial conversation with somebody that you need to have? What I actually believe today is not that you have to have the tough conversations like a lot of people say. I believe when you're so visionary and you're so focused on a dream that those conversations that were tough, they just disintegrate. When you're running fast, people are either on the train or they're off the train. It's that simple, right? Speed is the name of the game. Vision is the name of the game. Dream is the name of the game. If you're accelerating your movement in the world, if you're accelerating your growth in a business, guess what? People who want to grow are going to rise and grow up. It's that simple. When I was there at 21 years old, I would wait there till 10 o'clock at night with my mentor. I had nothing to do. I was twiddling my thumbs. I figured he stays to 10 o'clock at night and turns off the lights. I'll stay to 10 o'clock at night and turn off the lights. We didn't have to have, he and I never had those crucial conversations where he had to sit down with me and talk to me about my results or anything like that. We had meetings, I'd walk in and I'd have those meetings with my manager and we'd sit there and we'd just talk the whole time. It was like, hey, go, let's go accomplish this goal. Great. That was the extent of the meeting. The rest of it was us just BSing and hanging out. It's like, okay, we're going to go do 100,000 this month. Okay, great. Let's go do it. Right? So millionaires think about opportunity, and because they're focused on opportunity, they're not focused on the problem. So there's no conversation to really have. It's just like, we're going to go get this result. Let's go do it. There's not a problem. Let's just go make it happen. So what you notice in companies that are layered with let's have conversations all the time. Let's talk about this. I don't think that's necessary. I think people who dream big just go get what they want, and that's how you become a millionaire. You just go, you disintegrate the problem. There's no conversation in your head. Should I do this thing? Should I not do this thing? Should I do this thing? Should I not do this thing? The decision making is easy. When you know what your dream is, when you know what your goal is, you don't think. You don't sit there and go, well, let me think over this for a long time. Let's let weeks go by before I make this decision. Right? You know in your mind that it's done, and then you just make the arrangements to make it happen. It's that simple. So the crucial conversation you need to have with yourself is nothing. You see the vision, you see the dream, you go, period. The crucial conversation you have to have with the team. You get great people, you let them go, you solve problems, go after opportunities, you thrive. That's the name of the game. That's how millionaires think, okay? The next thing that I want to talk to you about right now is speed in decision making, right? So not only do you move quickly towards your dreams, right? Not only do you go after the thing that you want with speed, but then there's a decision-making process that's quick. It doesn't mean that entrepreneurs don't actually process things, but they process them very quickly. And they find themselves in front of opportunities and going after things that they know they want. So when other opportunities come across their desk and they're like, this really isn't for me, it's like there's no decision-making process on that. It's just very quick, no. This one's aligned, okay, let's do it. So speed of decision making comes because there's a massive amount of clarity. Hugely important, massive amounts of clarity. So when you have a dream and you know what you're working towards and you have a purpose, decisions are easier because you know what's aligned with your purpose. So if you had a circle and everything inside was your purpose, things that came across the table would be easy decisions. But then when you have outside the circle things that are not in your purpose, it's an easy decision to say no. What a lot of entrepreneurs, what a lot of people have that want to be entrepreneurs who have not yet made millions is they have opportunity ADD. Where every opportunity that comes across their desk, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do that. They have 15 things going in their life and none of them are successful. So they're constantly distracted. And then they come up with these terms like, yeah, I have ADD. I'm just like, my attention's all over the place. No, you're an idiot. That's what it is. People's attention is scattered everywhere. They're not focused. They don't know what they want, right? You got to get focused and clear on what you want in life. That's how you produce results quickly. So when you know what you want, you produce results fast, quickly. Time as a consideration? It's going to take time to do this thing. No, time's not a consideration. When you know what you want and it's inside the circle, it happens quickly. When it's outside the circle, it goes away quickly, right? Most of the time people are pulling in problems. Why? Because they're not working on their dream. They're not working on their vision. Millionaires are working on a vision. Some millionaires are motivated by, let me just go make the money, go make the money, go make the money. I've done that. It's fun making money. I love making money. I love making millions. It's not my primary motivation. My primary motivation is to live my dream. It's to make a difference in the world with a message through whatever platform it comes across, whether it's video, whether it's doing my play, whether it's movies, whether it's helping other people get great messages out to the world. I want to help get great messages out to the world to make a difference in humanity, period. The fact that I make millions doing it is because I'm very clear on what I want to do. All I want to do is be a spokesperson for my brands. That's it. Spokesperson on video, spokesperson on the stage, spokesperson in movies. That's it. That's all I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm very, very clear on that. Very simple. Spokesperson for causes I believe in. I just want to be the face. I want to be the voice. That's it. So clarity of what's inside the circle for me. If that's inside the circle, if that opportunity comes, that's what I do. I'm like, I'm in. It's not a hard decision. It's like, great, on purpose, let's do it. Not on purpose, let's not do it. So speed is huge with the mindset of millionaires. The next mindset that I want to talk to you about millionaires is creation. Being a creator. You know, entrepreneurs and millionaires look at things and they love to create. They love to create. They have ideas all the time, right? But then they pick the ideas that are going to move it forward the fastest, and they get rid of the ideas that aren't going to serve right now, and they write someday maybe. So they're creators. So new things come along. As long as it's along the lines of their purpose, you know what they do? They go, yes, let's do it. Don't have the time? Let's create time. So entrepreneurs and millionaires create time. They create time. You'd be surprised if you look at your day and you look at the things that are really on purpose for you. I would bet that 90% of the stuff that you're doing is not on purpose. 90%. I'm looking at my new purpose lines of things that I'm doing right now, and I literally have one day this week that's fully on purpose. One day. Because I'm moving into a whole new purpose right now to accelerate my expansion. My goal is to move most of my life to where 90% of all my time is spent completely on purpose. 90% of all the time. I think 100% is a little bit of an exaggeration. Like, to get to 100% might be really hard. But 90% of all my time is on purpose. How exciting, how exhilarating, how easy would it be to create when you're on purpose? Millionaires do that. That's the mindset that they have. They think in that way. They want to create on things that are on purpose, that are exciting to them, and they do it. That's why they explode fast. Okay, the final thing that I want to talk to you about is people. People. So when you really look at it, great people are surrounded by great people. You know, I've often looked at this and I said to myself, like, you can have a really successful person that has unbelievable talent and they're grinding away as an entrepreneur. The moment they start surrounding themselves with other successful people, they explode. And it's an interesting mindset. A lot of entrepreneurs think they can do it alone. One of my coaches always used to say, Ted, they have that rugged individualist mindset. Even millionaires have this. Like, they have I can do it all alone, rugged individualist, right? I'm going to do it all myself. I'm going to work so hard. You can watch entrepreneurs. I was watching one on YouTube recently. He's like, you got to work 100 hours a week. You know, you got to bleed through your eyeballs, right? I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, I run a multi-million-dollar company right now. I can tell you I don't work that much per week at all. I'm doing the things that I want to do in my life that help accelerate results faster, so I don't have to work 100 hours a week in a business that is a business, right? So there's kind of a mentality there that's a little bit different for people who are rugged individualists. They're like, I got to do it all myself. The true entrepreneur, the true millionaire surrounds themselves with great people, him or her, and those people help them accelerate the results 100 times faster. So you ever think about it? Like, you ever had that question where you're sitting around and you're like, how did that person do it? I can tell you one thing, that person did not do it without having great people around them. If they try and do it without having great people, then they're going to fail miserably. So most millionaires, okay, who are happy, who are living quality life, who aren't bleeding and popping their eyeballs out of their sockets, have made the decision to surround themselves with phenomenal people. So finding those people that have talents in different areas that they don't, finding those people that have relationships that they don't. And that's the thing that millionaires do. They find relationship capital. You can bet that every move that I'm making in my life is surrounding myself with the right people. Finding out, how do I collaborate with that right next person to go to the next level in my success? Versus everybody's an opportunity. No, who are the right people, who are the right phenomenal people, who have the same drive, the same work ethic, the same mindset, the same dreams, different dreams, but the same dream mindset. They dream. You start surrounding a whole group of people together like that, that's how worlds change. That's how economies change. That's how planets change. It changes with people, and it changes with the way people think first. The way you think about your success is going to determine a lot of your success. Of course, you have to go do, but if you're not thinking like really wealthy, successful people, if you're not thinking with dreams, then you're going to be left behind. Going into the entertainment industry right now, I've got my first session tomorrow night writing that movie. We're writing that movie. I'm so excited. I can't wait for tomorrow to come. I can't wait to get up and start writing the movie tomorrow night when the writer comes. But you can bet that I'm getting the first product on that. And then once I have the product, I'm going to be shopping this thing around for many opportunities till I get the best one for me to have the best possible chance to make this movie explode. Because I'm being deliberate about how I'm thinking about where I go with this, because I see the value of what I have to bring to the table. So I want to make sure I'm with the very best. I want to go after the very best. And to do that, I'm going to surround myself with the very best. That comes from perspective of being around successful people and come to the realization that they're just people. All of a sudden, we start to think sometimes that, wow, they're like these phenomenal, amazing people. They're from another orbit. I could never do that. No, they have these traits. They do this kind of stuff. They think like this. Do they create amazing results? Yeah. But are they out of our league? Like, I could never rub shoulders with those people. You start rubbing shoulders with them, you're like, great, they're like me. It's that simple. When you realize they're like you, that's how you become a millionaire. Okay? So I hope this serves you. I hope you like this video. And if you did like it, I want you to go down below and like it, right? Because it would help me. So if I served you, help me, like the video. Subscribe to the channel. There's more great videos like this coming. So if you subscribe, I'll send you free videos like this. Also, the gifts, how to become rich. It's right here. The deeper dive training on this gives you some golden nuggets in here that you should grab. And at the end of the day, I want you to become rich. I want you to have your dreams. I want you to do the thing that you love. So if you want to ask me a question down below, leave a comment down below in the comment box. Ask me a question. I will get back to you on that question, and I will help serve you to take you to new heights. And I'm glad you watched this video. Thanks for supporting, and I'm here to support you. I'll see you soon.